Hello, I'm Dean, and welcome to Dean's N-Scale Trains. Today I'm sitting in my office and I want to talk to you about a popular 3D printing technique and try to convince you as a serious model railroader that you absolutely must have a 3D printer. Applications for your layout are endless. Fused deposition modeling, FDM, is a popular 3D printing method that heats a thermoplastic material to spit out objects layer by layer. This technique has become easy and accessible and, more importantly, affordable for hobbyists and modelers looking to bring their ideas to life. And today I want to convince you to buy one of these units, and I'll even show you my proposal for a perfect entry-level machine, the Ender 3 V3 SE, that produces quick results with a very low learning curve. You can jump right in and start producing parts without the hassle of learning a new complicated technique. If you have enough cash on hand to purchase a new N-scale locomotive, you likely have the budget to invest in a 3D printer like this. The cost of entry has dropped significantly, making it an attractive option for enthusiasts seeking to expand their modeling capabilities, and you can pick up one of these machines for around $200. To illustrate the results achievable with FDM 3D printing, here's an example, get it in focus there, of an N-scale hopper car that I produced using this method. The details and overall quality demonstrate how effective 3D printing can be for creating custom or hard-to-find model railroad components. Now, admittedly, the surface texture is not very good, and the detail is pretty crude, but you could use this sitting on your layout, say in the back of your layout, quite easily. Or if you're not particular, you could run this around your layout as a car. This particular model was produced by Jay Himes, and I got it from thingiverse.com. The model was kicked out in about an hour on my machine, and the material cost 10 cents. So let's go into my workshop behind me, and I'll show you the machine and demonstrate it, and talk a little bit more about the results I get and the sort of things that I've been printing. My first machine was the Alta, available from Silhouette America for around $300. As such, it was very easy to use and involved no setup, but it was kind of limited, and I upgraded to Ender products fairly quickly. My second machine was an Ender 5 Pro, which I've used for several years. I upgraded it by installing a better head, a BL Touch unit to auto level it, and a glass plate for printing. But as I said, this is not the machine I use now for most of my stuff. This is my current machine, the Ender 3 V3 SE. As I said, it works very, very well. It has a unit that self-levels the bed, something that was difficult with previous machines. Most importantly, it has a removable print plate that the things stick to at high temperatures, at heating temperatures, but when it cools down, the parts pop right off. So it's a real easy machine to use, and I love it and use it for absolutely everything I'm doing these days. The old Ender 5 I save as a backup just in case. And here are some examples of parts that I've produced, models I have produced for my railroad layout. Tunnel portals, a 3-story factory. As you can see, I printed this out in several colors: brown, white, and gray, and black. A truck depot. I've painted this, but the rest of the colors are as they came off the printer. And finally, a grain elevator. So back to my example today. Here's the tank that I'm going to show you how I built. As you can see, it's got the body that I painted gray, a stair, a ladder assembly, and a little tank cover at the top. All of these were printed on my Ender 3 FDM 3D printer. So here is the model in 3D Builder, a program that's unfortunately no longer available. Let's ungroup this. You see it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segmented cylinders. The bottom one is, let's move this out a little bit, has a flat bottom. Actually, this is going to be the top. Each of the segments is separated by a thin ring, and they're all stacked together. Okay. It's upside down, obviously. The reason for that is you don't want to have to support this. If you turned it over, the roof would fall in as it was being printed out. So let's select all, group them together, and we're ready to print. So I've loaded the model here into the Creality slicer, and I'll slice it using standard quality 0.2 millimeter thickness. That's the thickness of the each layer. So we slice it. We can preview it. This is what the slicer does. You can see each layer is sliced. And we'll print via the USB. So it's sending the print to the printer. So here's a time-lapse photo of the actual part being printed. It actually took about an hour to print and cost maybe 20 cents in materials. Comes right off the plate when the plate is cool, and there you have it. You do see some lines here, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Here's a model of the ladder assembly I built for the tank. Each of these parts is 0.4 by 0.6 millimeters. I printed it also at 1 millimeter, and it didn't look very good. I'd like to go smaller, but I think this is about the limit with this method. Here are the two ladders. The one at the top is the thin version. The one at the bottom has the 1 millimeter parts. In the coming weeks, I'm going to just show you a second method that I use, stereolithography, or SLA, to print much better parts. Here are some examples using the two methods, SLA and FDM. Stereolithography, or SLA, is a method that's used with resin 3D printers. Here, it uses digital light processing, which employs a digital projector to flash an entire layer of UV light onto the resin. Each layer is then printed. Here's a close-up of the hopper car printed with both techniques. The SLA part on the left and the FDM on the right. As you can see, the one on the left has much higher resolution and looks a whole lot better. So that's the end of this video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains, if you haven't already. So until next time, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.